In the USA, as I'm recording this, a mother is standing trial for strangling her 3 children. Her legal team is blaming this atrocious act on postpartum psychosis. I mean, on the one hand, there have been ghastly acts of this kind all through human history, no doubt. On the other hand, this case feels somewhat paradoxical in more than one dimension. This woman, she at first look enjoyed all the support and advantages one could imagine for a modern mother. A house, a loving and high-earning husband, psychiatrists and medication for her mental health problems. Yet still, at one point she decided to trick her husband by sending him on an errand, and she used that time to end her children's lives. 3 exercise bans were later entered into evidence. Unfortunately, this is not the first time a person on psychiatric medication has committed violent acts. But also, I mean, many thoughts come to mind. For example, the help that she got, is that really the help that you need as a mother? Visits to the psychiatrist are not the nurturing context of a village or a larger family. Or chemicals rearranging your brain aren't replacement for meaning and a healthy spiritual life. I mean, even her defense team names the medication as a possible part of the problem. But this case is larger even than that. A number of women, not all women, but a number, across at least the USA, both online and in real life, are declaring a weird form of understanding and solidarity with this woman who is standing trial. They put on pink clothes and protest outside the court, supporting her. Supporting her in exactly what? I've heard of relationships and wedding plans, even wedding plans cancelled when men discover that their girlfriend or fiancé justifies this act or utters understanding in any form. And then you hear phrases like, I don't want the future mother of my children to think like that. And then you hear responses like, you really dodged a bullet there, mate. On TikTok, which in the USA is now less, let's say, Palestinian friendly, since certain changes. But it's even more an anti-Western cesspool, and women on TikTok are also presenting themselves as super suffering from having to take care of their children while their husbands work and provide. Imagine the humiliation for the husband. He slaves away at work and a woman posts TikToks of how awful it is to have to take care of his children. Well, everything else is taken care of. And in context of this one prominent case, a number of similar cases are coming to public awareness. And some cases are so recent that they look like copycat murders. I quote here, a North Dakota mother has been arrested after killing 2 of her children and attempting to murder the 3rd. You'll find the link in the transcript and the link to that in the description. Before killing her children, this mother reportedly called the father, telling him he could say goodbye to the kids. I could go on here, but it's grim. But I ask you, How does one deal? How do we deal with this kind of horror? How do we deal with the fact that we are living in the same society as these women? I mean, some cynics say that women killing their children, it's simply a continuation of the logic of abortion, or at least of the abortion out of convenience. I kill the child because it's inconvenient to me, to my lifestyle. And okay, the defense's interpretation, of course, is psychosis, and let it be that. What bothers me is the understanding towards the defendant. It sometimes feels a bit close to understanding of what she did, maybe even justifying. I mean, again, there would be a grim logic to it. If it is legitimate to end a child's life up to shortly before the birth, because the child's existence would inconvenience you, why not after birth? Why do we say a year later it's okay, 2 years? It's horrible, I know. Some have put forward the theory actually that a large number of these women publicly supporting this mother have themselves aborted a child. So their support for that woman could be a form of compensation for their own deeds. Anyhow, both are scarily plausible. Actually, maybe it's even obvious, but in any case, it's a larger battle. It's a battle we won't win with laws and court cases and debates alone. St. Paul explains the war we are really engaged in. For our wrestling is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the world of this darkness, against the spirits of wickedness in the high places. Wickedness in the high places, that's what we're battling. And that's about it from me today. Check the transcript and the many sources, this time it's many sources, via link in the description. I thank you again for your time and for joining me in even this grim subject. I thank you for your support and your prayers. May God bless us all.